No one should live in a tent. Recently, we had a politician suggest that that was like news to say no one should live in a tent, but I think we're all pretty aware of that. But this is the important part. They are living in tents. Right now, they're living in tents in Point Pleasant Park. We haven't opened the site for encampments. Where the fire was in the common wasn't an official site. Once again, we're back into talking about, are we going to manage the fact that people live in tents right now because of the national housing crisis and the failure of all levels of government to provide adequate and safe housing? Or are we going to pretend that by making empty motions today or making empty statements on the internet will change one thing at all? Because it won't. It just won't, guys. Let's be honest. If we take a step today to take this off, we have no means of enforcement right now already, and we have already decided to hold back on fully staffing up to manage encampments. Our choice, our only choice in front of us right now that we control as a municipality at this order of government at this level is, are we going to manage tents or not? And if the answer is no, there will still be tents in every one of these parks, every one of them. So I can't support this. It's just so much word salad that doesn't really mean anything, right? These tents are there right now. These fires are happening right now. What staff have proposed is to have, potentially, as probably the last site of the list of sites that we have tentatively approved here that they're exploring, Point Pleasant Park, adjacent to the street, where there are fire hydrants next to the turnaround for the buses on Point Pleasant Park at the bottom of Tower Road. That is the tentative site for this, where firefighting can be done, where mitigation can be done. I want council to know on July 15th, I emailed the CAO and the fire chief and I asked them to review. I said specifically, I'd like you to take a good hard look at what the risks are and how they can be managed and whether the site, where a site could be located given all these concerns, and if Point Pleasant Park is still a viable site. And staff are working on that review right now. To me, I would love to remove Point Pleasant Park, make my life easier as the council for the area. But we also have a motion now to remove Bissett, and I've got tremendous pressure to bring a motion to remove University Avenue, and we've already got a lot of people writing us about removing Bancroft, and Sam doesn't even want to talk about Gary. We could remove them all. And then we're back to where we were before we took that principled choice of actually identifying places where we could provide management of these encampments to make sure we meet minimum human rights standards, that we do the ethical and moral thing, as uncomfortable and difficult as it is for our residents. Or we could pretend this will make one bit of difference. We can take this off. Council can vote for that. I won't. There will still be tents the next day in Point Pleasant Park, and they won't be managed, and they'll be deeper in the woods, and they'll be farther away from where we can potentially actually deal with firefighting and deal with actually putting this out. So I would ask you to not support the motion of rescission. Thank you.